why recalls might fail. I think the number one reason they fail is there's too many rehearsals of anti-recalls allowed as puppies grow up. Now, you might have a rescue dog. You don't know what those rehearsals are, but that doesn't mean you can't have a great recall. I've taken in many rescue dogs that I've been able to rehabilitate and create a great recall. And so what does a rehearsal of an undesired behavior look like? If you have a dog door and your dog can go outside, chase squirrels all day, chase chipmunks, then when you're at the park, it's no wonder they want to chase dogs or bicycles or kids squealing. So those rehearsals make it more difficult to get a great recall. Does it make it impossible? It makes it more difficult. I'm not going to say the word impossible, but I know it's not something I would ever do. When I get a puppy or a rescue dog, they go outside with me on leash for many, many reasons. But the main one is so they don't rehearse behaviors that I'm going to have to untrain in the future. So the rehearsal of a dog being able to find reinforcement in the environment on a routine basis is probably the number one thing that works against you when you're trying to create a reliable bomb-proof recall. Number two reason I believe goes back to the foundation that people put in to create that recall, especially in the reinforcement-based dog training world where people like me don't want to have to resort to corrections to get the behavior we want. Oftentimes, the reinforcement is misused. People think if I get my dog to recall away from something, I have to have something they like better. To get my dog to recall away from a child, I have to have a really exciting piece of food. And there will come a time when what the dog is attracted to in the environment is far more reinforcing or attractive than any piece of food you could ever come up with. So relying on lures to create a recall, that's mistake number one. Mistake number two in the foundation is the false confidence that's created through tools. So the main tools I believe are at risk at creating a sense of false security or false confidence in the handler in your recall is a long line or an electric collar. So an electric collar isn't something I know a lot about. It's not something that I've ever used. But the truth is, why I think that creates false security is batteries fail. Electric collars, maybe you don't have your remote. Maybe your remote isn't fast enough. Maybe it's not in a location before the car comes to stop the dog in their tracks. As foolproof as it may seem, it's still a tool with a lot of potential fallout and emotional damage done to the dog, but it's a tool. You don't want to rely on a tool. You want to rely on good dog training. All right, long line. And I was taught that back in the late 80s, early 90s. Your puppy always has to be in a long line, and you tell them come and pop and get them to chase you and give them a reward when they come away. What that does is gives you that false security that I'll just step on the line if my dog isn't doing what I want, which is unkind to the dog. But also what happens when you miss stepping on the line? The line gets under your foot. If you don't have those tools to rely on, then they can never fail. I think the access to inappropriate reinforcement and the over-reliance on tools to teach a recall are the two biggest reasons why they fail.